Alrighty, boys and girls, back at it again on the Bush Hog Revival series. We dragged this old bugger in here inside to have a good look at her and get the fix going on it. I don't know if you guys camera picks up the detail, but she is pretty rough. This thing came to us by way of the Massey 35. It came with it when we bought it. We did hook it up. It does run, albeit a little bit janky. We cut the whole front out of it, and I don't know if I picked that up in another video, but the whole front along here was all beat, bent, smashed, twisted. You can see that this thing, I don't know if the camera picks it up, right here, there's a great big hump. I don't know if we can see that. There, you might be able to see it there. There's a hump there from the blade. Something got stuck in the blade, and it killed it. Now, interesting enough, I think these blades are in upside down, but I'm going to verify it. The skids are all wore off completely, so we're going to have to make a set of skids. I've made a frame that we're going to put here. This is out of crusty old channel. It came with an old trailer that when I bought that property up on the hill, there was an old trailer up there. So it's just junk. It's junk steel. I mean, it's still got, you know, its value as steel, but you know, it's all pitted and whatnot. So we're just working on this right now. This is gonna go inside the front, and this is gonna go on the outside, and then it's gonna slip the sheet. The top sheet's gonna sit along here, and that's where I'm gonna weld it. This will be welded to the side. There'll be two plates coming out to pick up the verticals and to tie it to the main, I guess you call it the body or the tub of this thing. So that's what's going on there. I got it laid out now. I have a drawing. This was the original piece that came off. It's pretty twisted and mangled. That was actually built twisted, if you can see how badly that, like that's a straight line in the floor. Like, look at that. So that's the upright. I'm going to rescue the pins, the category 1 pins there. We're going to reuse those over again, although they're two different pins. I don't know, I thought I had a set. I'll have to look around. And this is the drawing. I got this on the line on the interwebs, and that's the dimensions for your hitch categories. And this is a category 1, so that's all the dimensions that you need. So basically, it's 26 from the end of the pin wide, and it's 18 to the top link hole. And we're going to play around with some stuff on here. I'm not 100% sure I'm going to build it, so I can't show it to you yet, because I'm not sure. That's just it. I'm going to have to play it by ear. So this is all made out of, hello, loud noises. This is all made out of junk that we had lying around. I got that plate there. That's going to be going on top of there to attach to this. So when we get that far, I'll be able to show it to you guys how that's going to look. So Sean's just ripping that dry shaft off right now because it's in the way. And yeah, this thing is pretty old. It's seen better days, that's for sure. But you know, that's what we do. We fix this old junk up and keep it rolling. Because if you restore it, it'll run. So that's where we are. I'll get back into it once we get the other piece fitted. All basic stuff, right? MIG weld using the Power MIG 255. That's our old Lincoln that we had back in the racing days. We built all the chassis with this welder. We got a DeWalt chop saw to cut the tubing. I set it up for 1/8 plate, so we're running 19 volts, 290 inches per minute of wire feed. What else we got? So everything's just basic welding. We got a lot of grinding to do on this thing to clean it up. There, Sean's got the dry shaft off. So we're going to be reutilizing that. So we just got a bit of doinking around to do. This junk here is coming off. You can take this off, Sean. Yeah. I don't know how we're going to get it. We're going to cut it off of that mount. The guy made a mess out of this. He took bolts out to weld that junk on there. So we're gonna have to fix that. That should have been a shear bolt in there through the dry shaft. Yeah, it was. That's old. That's, yeah, look. It's soft. It took a hit. You can see that. So what I got a clutch for this. I think I'm gonna put a clutch on it, since I own the clutch. And we'll put it on and we'll show you that. If that's 1 3/8 shaft, which I believe it is, there'll be a clutch on there. In case, you know, so a tree gets stuck under this thing or something crazy.
You want this off of here?
This arm has to come off, this junk. So we're gonna probably have to use a zip cut wheel and grind it a little bit. Try to thin that weld out. And then we'll try to go from there. All right, here we are now. We got the piece fitted in. The big issue right now is this thing's all bent, twisted, warped, smashed. The sides are just beat right out from stuff flying around under there. So this is, I think, what we've come up with so far is we're going to use, found these chunks of big, heavy angle iron for the mount. I'm going to build a plate, or make a plate, cut a plate out that's going to go out like this. It's going to come off of here. And then we will gusset it from here to here, and hoping that this element here becomes more rigid, this part. If it sits on the plate with a gusset, so it'll be gusseted in 2 directions. So it'll be restrained from pushing over this way, and it'll be restrained from pulling back this way. This should be good for lateral movement this way, so I think that should be okay. Maybe I'll put a small gusset in there. Yeah, I think this is going to work. So we got to notch this out to drop the plate down in on the sheet. The problem is when whoever patched this thing up, this is a new skin, believe it or don't. The side's a new skin. You can see where the MIG welding was all the way up. Get it in focus. There you go. You can see the MIG welding. And it's overlapping, butted, overlapping. It changes as it goes down. This angle iron here is original. So apparently this thing has been well loved and beat up. So this is what we're trying to do, is rescue it. So I think that's what we're going to do. The frame came out pretty good. I just took I couldn't even get a square measurement. Like, you think it would be 60 inches, it wasn't. It was 59, I think. I don't know. Depends on how they welded it before. We went with 59. Seemed to work. We got a little bit of patching around and doinking around to do. And then the other thing is how fussy do you get? Right? We're just going to make this thing work. That's the whole idea, is make it function again, where it's not going to fall off the back of the machine. So I think that's what we're going to try. I'll bring the camera back and we'll show you that. I got more chunks of scrap metal around, because this is the scrap metal wonder. Got pieces laying down there that we can use. The only thing I don't think well, I do have it actually. I'm going to split this piece over here to make the new skid for it. I'm going to split this down the middle with the plasma, and then we're going to fashion the skids for the sides out of it. And pretty much that's about all. It's getting some new fasteners to hold things together, because we got a dog's breakfast of fasteners. And yeah, so enough talking. Let's get at it. I'll bring the camera back and then we'll show you what we did. Alrighty, boys and girls, back at it, day 2. We got that frame welded in. We got the plates made up. So there will be a gusset going in here. Kind of turned out a little bit off of what I wanted, but it's not too bad. We don't have any fixturing here at all. We're kind of hurting for just about everything we need to make this, you know, super proper. But, you know, we put a patch in there. That needs to be finish welded. We got a couple to do here. I put a patch in there. Stuff that, you know, because it was so beat up, this thing is just pounded. I mean pounded all to hell. And whoever fixed it before, this I believe is original. They put a sheet over there. On the other side, it's cornered up here. There's nothing symmetrical, so you know what? This is as good as it gets. We made this out of junk laying around. We didn't have anything else that we could use, so it is what it is. So I'm gonna leave some work for Jake to do on it so he can finish gusseting it up. And it looks pretty symmetrical. I didn't know what I was shooting for. So he can play with that. Figure out what else to do with it. Maybe toss some gussets in here and there. And that'll be good. I think it'll work. I think right now we could actually hook it onto a tractor and go. I mean, this is what I don't even have a bolt long enough to bolt this together, so we had to come up with this. That's our clearance for the upper link. Should be good enough. Well, yeah, roast away, guys, because there it is. This is as good as it gets. And I'm going to finish welding this up, and we'll be good to go for the day. All right, here we go. We got it all welded on. These are the only 3-point hitch pins I got. They actually came on this unit. They don't match. There's one like this style and one with a nutted style. This one's wore out from spinning. That one's wore out from whatever. We got this. This is all okay right now. We're going to leave it the way it is. Jake's going to put some gussets in there. We want a couple of gussets. We pulled apart the rear wheel. And boy, she needs help. Believe it or not, once upon a time, those two holes were the same diameter. And they're not. So that's the size we got there. We're going to get some bushings. Gotta go on the line and see what I can find. Fix the rear wheel, get a new axle bolt. Because that one's just... You can see the wear in it. That's pooched. Yeah. So anyway, that's it. I'm going to wind the video up for today and go have a couple hours of relaxation and then upload this, and we'll see you soon. Thanks. Remember, like, subscribe, ring the bell, come back often. If you're new to the channel, welcome. If you're not new to the channel, welcome back. See you soon.